Today we're making breakfast pizza. We're starting out with 2 cups of flour, all-purpose flour, in our bowl. 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. 1 envelope of Rapid Rise instant yeast, fast acting. 1 cup of very warm water between 100 and 115 degrees. 2 tablespoons of oil. And we're going to use another 1/2 cup of flour if we need it, but first we're going to mix this all up. It looks like we're not going to need that extra 1/2 cup of flour. So that's a good thing. So now we're just going to use a little bit of flour. We're just going to dust the counter, our cutting board here. And we're going to knead that dough for about 4 to 6 minutes. And when you want to use the heel of your hand, the bottom of your hand, to knead it. So you kind of just push on it with your heel of your hand and knead it. If you need a little more flour, if it's a little too wet, add a little more flour. You want that to be nice and smooth and elastic, not wet. You can just use the palm of your hand, and you can just use your other hand to turn it if you want to. So you want to do that for about 4 or 5 minutes, making sure the dough is not wet anymore and it's kneaded well. So I've been kneading this about 4 minutes now. It's looking good. I have to keep adding a little bit of flour every time I knead it. But it's getting to form a nice soft ball, smooth, not wet. So I think we're just going to get ready and put it in a pan. We're going to let it rise. Here we have a pizza sheet, so we're just going to take a little bit of oil and we're going to oil the pan. Oil that pan real nice. And now we're going to place the dough in there. We're going to just kind of spread it out like this. If you want to get real fancy with it, you can cup your hands like this. Put your hands under it and you can toss it. Toss it up high and let it fall over the top of your hands, and it'll get bigger and bigger. Or you can just kind of hang it and let it stretch. You can also just place this in the pan, a little oil on your fingers, and you can stretch the dough that way also. You can roll it out. There's many different ways you can form pizza dough. So I got this down a little bit. I'm just going to take a little bit of that oil off my pan, and I'm just going to squish that dough down real nice up against the edges. Just keep flattening that dough out with your fingers. And as you do it, just kind of push out a little bit. Your dough will form along your pan. That looks pretty good. Now we're going to let it rise. But first we're going to take a fork and we're going to poke the whole pizza with it. So you just take your fork and just kind of poke it all the way down into the pan. Now we're going to put this in the oven with a boiling pot of water. We have our oven on 300. We're going to turn the oven off. We're going to open the door and we're going to put a pot of boiling water in the oven, but we're not going to close the door. We're just going to let it kind of steam in there in a nice warm oven and proof up. Here we have our oven off and we have our boiling pot of water down there. The oven's still a little kind of too hot, but I'm going to leave it open just for another minute or two. and then we'll just shut it for about 5-10 minutes, and you'll see that dough puff right up real nice. While we're waiting for our dough to rise, we're using a half a package of bacon. We're just going to dice that up. Just take your bacon and just kind of go through it. Maybe you're going to dice it. We're going to fry that up till it's just about crispy, but not quite. It's going to go back in the oven for just a few minutes. So we're just going to fry that up till that's all cooked. While our bacon is frying, we're going to scramble up 4 eggs and cook them scrambled. So here's our butter. I put about a tablespoon of some bacon fat in there too. It just adds more flavor. Gives a little saltiness to your eggs. We're just going to take those eggs and we're going to scramble them. When you do scrambled, you always want to make sure you move the egg around in the pan, making sure you get the bottom of the pan. If you cook it on high, just take the pan and move it on the side if it's too high for you. And then put it back on again if you need to. But eggs cook very quickly. They don't need to be cooking a long time before they start to turn brown. So you don't want brown eggs. Brown eggs changes the flavor of the egg. So these eggs are just about done. I'm going to turn the fire off, and I'm just going to let them finish here on this nice hot pan, and they'll be all nicely scrambled and cooked. Here's our eggs, nice and scrambled, nicely cooked. Just a little on the wet side, but that's okay. It's going on the breakfast pizza. Here's our bacon. It's just about fully cooked. We're going to drain this, and we're going to save the bacon. So here's our pizza dough. You can see it's got some really nice height to it. It really puffed up very nicely. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn our oven on 425 till it's preheated. And then we're going to bake this just like it is for only a few minutes till it turns lightly golden brown. Now our oven is preheated to 425 degrees. We're going to stick the pizza towards the bottom rack of the oven for about 8-9 minutes. So this baked for about 9 minutes, 10 minutes. And you can hear it's got like a little thump to it. It means it's cooked. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add our mayonnaise. This is what makes this recipe unique and what gives it its flavor. You're going to put a cup of mayonnaise on it. You're going to spread it all over it. Next, you're going to put your mozzarella cheese on it. Now, when you make other pizzas, and you power bake your dough like this, without the mayonnaise, if you add your cheese first, And then put any kind of topping you want on your pizza. Your pizza dough will never be soggy because you pre-baked it a little bit. That's the secret of par baking. It's a little way of cheating, but to me, it makes a nice pizza. If you like it doughy, hey, have at it. So now we got the mozzarella down. Now we're going to add our scrambled eggs. So we're just going to take our eggs and we're just going to chop them up a little bit. And we're going to add those all the way around the pizza as such. Here we have all our scrambled eggs scattered all over. Now we're going to take that bacon and we're going to lay that bacon all over the top of it. Now we're going to take 2 thin slices of ham and we're just going to break those up into little pieces and we're going to top that off with a little ham. So meat lovers, you can do just bacon. You can just do the eggs, top it off with a little more mozzarella cheese. You don't have to have the meat. I like doing crumbled sausage. Take some nice breakfast sausage, fry it up, add some sausage on it. So now that we got it all covered up, what we're going to do is we're going to add just a little bit more mozzarella cheese. That's going to kind of hold everything in place. We're going to pop that back in the oven for about 4 or 5 minutes. Because remember, our dough is cooked. Here's our breakfast pizza. You can see the crust is nicely browning with the cheese. It's just a wonderful pizza dish. The bottom of it is getting a light golden brown color to it. We hope you enjoyed this video today on breakfast pizza. Till next time, hope you subscribe and bon appetit.